Thank you for picking up the Sticks. This is episode 52, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Kernat. To my right, Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art, Sister Jean's side piece, Rosian. So how was she on Saturday?
Down.
Well, I mean, if you're the side piece, that means like number one man is Jesus. So you number two to Jesus. So you're doing all right. And he's dead. Or is he risen?
He's a zombie. I gotta wash my ass.
Well, he's still back for a little while.
He's risen now.
It's been a while since I've been to Catholic school. I don't know.
He's a zombie. I gotta wash my ass.
That's true.
Can zombie virus be transmitted sexually?
Well, we're gonna find out. Check back next week if we have zombie STD.
ZTD. Now I really wish I knew someone who could do like stage makeup.
But it's just your privates. Thanks for picking up the Sticks, everyone. You have a good day.
Hey, happy 2-year anniversary.
That's a perfect way to take out 2 years.
We're just as big as we were when we started, everyone. And just as professional as we were from day
We're never gonna get more professional, so if anything, it's only gonna go downhill.
That's true.
Thanks for joining. So, a lot to go over today. Got something fun near the end. I got to play a game that I've been looking at for a long time, thanks to my gift to you from Art.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be good for everyone, I think. But, first off, Steak, what are you playing?
All right. So I did a 2-hour stream of Sea of Thieves. Thank you for those of you that joined in, and thank you, Foos, for teaming up with me and walking me through it throughout the whole chat, because I no idea what I was doing at all.
Yeah, he was one who had the early access. The beta access to it.
Yeah, he was playing the beta. So it was cool. I mean, it was it was really neat. Obviously, it was launched and I was playing it, so it took a while to get into the game. All the server issues, which, I mean, that should have just been foreseen. I mean,
that's what beta testing's for.
Yeah, right. You're right. Exactly. But then also, having retail and now having the Game Pass and everything, you have way more people playing this game than you should have initially anticipated because of that.
Right. Yeah, and they always say beta testing is to test like the server strength. So I don't know if they added in the numbers of the Game Pass subscriptions to that equation.
They probably
should have.
Yeah.
Or if they did, they vastly underestimated.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But no, it was fun. It was cool. I mean, obviously something I'm not going to play all the time.
You can't be a pirate all the time.
No. I mean,
but why not?
What you saw me do in the stream was basically everything you can do in the game, besides.
Did you guys fight anyone?
PvP. Besides that, because at that time I'm thinking there was still a glitch going on, and that's why we didn't.
Oh yeah, because you guys were saying that you thought you were the only ones in the map.
That's what it felt like. Like we were the only ones there. There was no other ships.
Maybe you're just the only ones who can connect to the server.
Yeah.
The world is ours.
We don't have enough servers, but these two guys have one of themselves.
Well, Fu said he jumped back into a game by himself after we got off, and he had 2 treasures, I think, on his boat, and someone came and took them and sunk his ship.
Son of a bitch.
So
it's not enough to take the treasures. They got to sink the ship too.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
So
chase
I
it
think
down.
he said it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said they sunk his ship too. But
I wish there was. Is there a way, like, when someone sinks your ship, that you know who did it, so you can hunt them down?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a rival.
Yeah.
Like a rival pirate.
That's a lost opportunity. And like if you're on the server at the same time, they put you in the same server.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty awesome.
They're gonna drive you to conflict.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. All of a sudden, it's just like off the port bow is Captain Eye Patch. So you'll get
Off the port bow, huh?
that's all the nautical terminology I know.
But actually,
Starboard.
It was
Stern.
Mast.
It looked better than I thought it was going to. Like the water looked amazing and everything. I mean, the enemies were pretty generic. But
I hope the water looks amazing. It's like 90% of their world.
Yeah. I mean, it was really popping on the 4K TV and everything because it supported HDR and stuff, so which was really nice. But it's definitely one of those things where it's like I'm not going to play it all the time. I mean, like if I see Foos is online or someone else is online that wants to check it out, like, hey, let's jump on for a little bit. Let's go take go grab a couple treasures, and all right, that was fun.
Yeah.
How I felt. I also picked up Kirby All-Star Allies for Nintendo Switch. Very cool. Very cool. It's simple.
Is it the Kirby you wanted?
Yeah.
Or is it like it's kind of different than the classic ones?
It's more towards the classic ones,
Okay.
I think, than others have been. Like, 'cause I mean, this is it's a side scroller, and stuff. But then you do have where you can make you can make enemies your friends, and then they fight with you. Give up to a team of 4. And then what's cool though too is some of them have elements to them, so you can like if you have like a sword and you friend a fire guy, he can blow fire on your sword, and then you have a flame sword,
Nice.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Like and there's throughout the levels, there's different little things that hey, here's a little wick. Oh, I gotta hit that with fire. Now I gotta go run all the way over here, get the cannon before it shoots off, and then it shoots me up, and different things
neat,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, and a lot of times too, what you need is it's very close to where you need it. Only a few times where it's been like I go to another room, like I should have grabbed that power from the last room because it's not here anymore. And that's just to unlock different things and stuff. But it's very simple. I actually think I'm right at the end of the game. I think. I've been at it for maybe 5 to 6 hours, somewhere in between there, so it's not very long. But Kirby does, but that's kind of a lot of how the Kirby games are. But then they usually have like different difficulty modes, which just does have like the
Time
hard
attacks
modes
and
and stuff.
things like that.
Yep, and like the different mini games and stuff like that. So it has a lot of different things to it. But it's neat and it looks great, especially on the Switch on the handheld mode. It looks great. Then I also picked up Ni no Kuni 2. After seeing some of the other reviews, I'm like, you know what? Let's go for it. So I'm about 8.5 hours into that right now. I've got mixed feelings about it right now.
Yeah.
So I've done, I think, all this stuff that's consistent in the game in terms of. So I've done the regular basic action, the world roaming. There's like a world map and everything, which is kind of neat to go back to. Like I haven't played a game that has like a world map, like the old school Final Fantasy 7 and stuff in a long time. I've done the tactics kind of part of it, which is right now kind of simplistic, but I think I could definitely see that getting really difficult. Like, but for right now, it was pretty easy. But that's because it was like level 1 through 4, I think.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. And then I just started unlocking the Kingdom Creator stuff. This is kind of like a resource type thing.
Okay.
So basically, it's kind of like you're building your just new kingdom. And as you build more buildings, you gain more gold that you use it for your kingdom to boost it more. And then as you complete side quests in the world, those people become citizens of your kingdom, and then you can assign them to jobs and stuff. And it helps research new weapons, new armor, all this kind of stuff. But there are times where it's like you need to research something to progress in the game.
Okay, so like it behooves you to not do the main quest.
Right.
Solely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like doing the side quests are extremely helpful, and there's a couple side quests it forces you to do right off the bat.
So it's not really
like
side
you have for those ones. Yeah. No, they're not. But there's been others that have been actual side quests. But yeah, there's been a couple where because like one of them's like, oh, you need the bridge spell. Well, the only way to get the bridge spell is to go to do this side quest, have her become a citizen, and then research that. Like so.
Interesting.
I don't like. It seems like it's kind of more of a simplistic resource. It's not overly complicated, which is good for me because I don't like resource stuff.
So I heard.
Yeah, yeah. And then same with like the tactical stuff. I'm not big on that. I just find that stuff always very difficult. But as of right now, it's not too bad. So hopefully that doesn't get too crazy. I'm building up an army right now to go do another big one of those.
Is it tactical like Fractured But Whole, or is it a different type? Is it more like?
It's more like okay. So you have different armies. So you have different guys, and then you use right trigger and left trigger to kind of rotate them, like in your formation. And so like certain guys are better or stronger against other guys. So right now I have archers and swordsmen. Mm-hmm. That's all I have. And then as you're going through, there's different like you if you hold down. Square, they do an all-out attack, and then they attack the different little enemies and stuff, and the barricades and stuff like that. And then you hold down like circle to recover health or to revive you guys if they die and stuff like that. So
it's a little more interactive than just like putting your troops in the field. And
no, you definitely you're moving in the field. You're moving around with their guys and stuff. You're in the middle of your army.
Okay, cool.
Controlling them. But my biggest complaint with it right now is it doesn't know when it wants to use voiceovers and when it doesn't want to. So the majority of the game actually does not use voiceovers. So that was kind of a shock. Like you don't see that very often, which fine, whatever. But then there'll be random like during the cutscenes though, like the true cutscenes, it uses voice.
Okay,
fine, makes sense. But then there's just random times when all of a sudden they just start talking, and like actually reading word for word what it says instead of just the whole like making a sound like but
I've played an RPG in a long time.
That's really annoying. It's really annoying. And then also too, there's a lot of times during those scenes with the where there's no voice, it's just quiet. There's not even like music going on or anything. It's just quiet and you're reading. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be off-putting because
Yeah.
it's like you kind of anticipate those things to happen,
Right.
especially in an RPG.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
it's weird.
I don't know. It's kind of odd. I mean, so that decision just puzzles me. I don't get that at all. Like not like Dragon Quest XI that's coming out finally. Like in the Japanese version, there is no voice at all. Period. But for the West version, it's gonna be completely voiced over, which is awesome. Like I think they know we like our voices.
Yeah,
Like, we don't want to read.
You don't read it all.
I hate reading.
And then lastly, I completed and finished Final Fantasy X-2.
Hey,
HD.
congratulations,
So
man! You are mowing
I'm
through
telling you,
games.
man, I am. This is great. Took me about 37 hours. Ended at 92%.
Ooh.
So
What do you miss? Do you know what you missed?
quite a bit.
Oh, really?
But so but
About 8%.
yeah.
Give or
so,
take.
So to get 100% in this game is insane. Like there's sometimes where you have to do certain things at certain times that you would never do ever. Like it's like there's one thing like during this cutscene, you had to keep pressing X until you heard 4 whistles and then let go. No, you would never have known that if you weren't using a walkthrough.
Yeah, no.
Like never. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But
They can keep that 8%.
yeah. But I hit a certain point where it was like in my walkthrough, it's like, oh, you should be at this percentage. And I'm like, fuck. I'm at 67, not 68. Why? So I started going back and looking, and I did a couple other things. And I'm like, I'm still not there. I was like, well, so much for that. But you know what?
Yeah.
But I'm so glad though that I did find that out because there would have probably been a good another 25 hours of things to do to complete the 100%.
Oh, so you just like you got a chance to
So
kind of
I just kind of at one point I was like, screw it. Like I still went and got like out of my way to get certain things, but at one point I was like, screw it. I don't want to do this.
So it's not like you didn't do everything and then see it sit at 99%.
Oh yeah. no, I would have been so mad.
It's like in the fourth week. It's like in the second month of a school year, and you get like a 60 on a test. Well, there goes the A. So I don't have to do A work anymore. I just go for a B.
I don't want to talk about school grades.
So, but the game was great. I actually really enjoyed the story again, minus all the girly stuff. I mean, but it was fine. I mean, the story was great. I love the Final Fantasy X world, and I actually would not mind them just
X3.
revisiting. Why not? Let's revisit. Let's go again.
Remake?
Oh, I'll take it. Well, they did that HD remaster, which actually was
No,
pretty
just,
good.
just
though.
remake it. Put it in the hopper right after 7. You know, by the time you retire, you'll have it.
The slow cooker.
I'd rather have a Final Fantasy IX remake before that.
Yeah, that's your jam.
It is. So, yeah.
We got Art. What you playing?
Some new things.
Hey.
Well, 1 new to me, 2 new overall.
Okay.
So I played Super Hot
Yes.
on Xbox.
Ooh, nice.
Fun game. That game is harder than you would imagine it.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Because you have to be perfect in some of those things,
pretty
and
much.
like an inch the wrong way, you're dead.
And it's like, I mean, you could just kind of wing it and, do your thing, but it seems like in some of the levels, there very much is a pattern that you have to hit in order to clear the enemies without getting smacked. So I played that for a little bit, didn't get super far into it.
How does it feel on a controller? Because I only played it on mouse and keyboard, and I think that would be easier on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I almost think it would be, especially since the controls are pretty simplistic.
Yeah.
It's not like, most FPS type games where there's 30 different keys you got to know how to use, and this one you need to know how to shoot, throw stuff,
Grab.
and move,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which you can do with maybe 6 keys and a mouse.
Right.
So I think that it may actually be better on a PC, but yeah, I played it on Xbox. Outside of that, I got MLB 18 The Show.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Is that how you got your hat?
No. This is one of my many White Sox hats I bought. And then I realized I never wear them.
'Tis the season.
It was one of those things like I would buy a new hat every year. And then I got to the point where I had 4 hats piled up that I wore a total of 6 times. And I'm like, I'm just not going to do this anymore. Yeah, so I got that. I actually got it. So if you pre-ordered it, you were able to get it the Friday before it came out. And then if you bought it regular, it didn't come out till Tuesday. So I want to say I was sitting in my basement doing homework, and I went on Twitch and saw fantasy baseball writer that I follow was streaming it, and I'm like, oh, this game looks pretty cool. And it was like 11:50 something p.m. I'm like, pre-order.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, then I still got like the pre-order bonuses and stuff. Which, so I got the game before the season started, so the rosters weren't finalized and all that stuff. So I started playing the Diamond Dynasty mode, which is like the card collecting type mode.
Yeah.
It's actually not terrible. It's much better than the Madden one. So one of my biggest frustrations with the Madden one is like you'll sit there and whatever, open the pack of cards you won, and you're like, sweet, I got Tom Brady, yes.
Yeah.
But then you look at it and it's like a 78 overall Tom Brady.
Yeah, right.
It's Tom Brady, but it's a 78 overall.
Doesn't mean any
so
goddamn
like
sense.
yeah, exactly. But then there's other Tom Brady's that are like 90 overall, and you'll have like a fourth string wide receiver that you can get 100 overall. And
That's stupid.
It makes no
You
sense.
spend $30 on the 99 one. Though.
Nope.
It makes no sense. But so for the for the baseball one, they have a bunch of different cards. They have like legend cards. They have like what they call the live cards, which are like the players actually playing now.
Okay.
And their stats change throughout the season.
Okay.
So, if you have a player and they're, doing a lot better than expected, their rating will go up and their card tier will go up from,
that's awesome.
whatever, common to bronze, bronze to silver, silver to gold, whatever. And actually that kind of creates like a whole kind of metagame into it where it's like you invest in players that you think are better than the card rating is. And then when their rating goes up, you sell them and make a bunch of stubs as their currency.
Okay.
And then you can, go buy more, packs of cards or other players or whatever.
It's like fancy baseball.
Kind of, yeah.
Without really like setting up your lineup.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that, and then there's like all the stuff I've played in it so far has been against a computer. I haven't played a game online against anyone because I do not want to throw a controller through my TV.
Nope. Of all the games to play online, sports games are just not one of them.
Nope.
And so like the one game mode in there is called Conquest. It's basically you're playing baseball Risk. There's a map of the United States. Every team has their headquarters, relatively close to where they are in the country. Like, the Cubs and Sox are spread out because you can't put one on top of the other. And
Because
it's like,
dominate the territory.
yeah, sure. Actually, I think I started playing it last night, and I think both those teams have been eliminated.
They split the vote. It's not fair.
I was looking at the map last night, and I'm like, okay, where are all the strongholds now? Because basically my strategy was you start in North Dakota-ish. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to surround my stronghold, and I'm just going to go to the northwest because it's just a bunch of open spots. And it plays like Risk. The more tiles you hold, they divide by 3, and that's how many reinforcements you get in return.
Yeah, just like Risk.
Yeah.
But wait, what are you trying to do? Is it just
Dominate.
Well, yeah, but are you trying to get the market share of the entirety of the United States in
Yes.
terms of everyone's watching my baseball team? I don't know.
No, it's just you're going and eliminating the other teams.
It's just a full-on side. It has nothing to do with baseball at all.
You play baseball games to win tiles and eliminate the other teams.
Oh, okay.
But it's when you start off, there are open, unclaimed spaces, and there you just move and claim them, and then when you run into another team, you can play against them or you can simulate the games, and the difficulty is based on the ratio of fans that you have in that territory to the fans for the other team in that territory.
That's really cool.
So I've been going through that and running up and down the West Coast, and it's
Yeah.
killed a bunch of time for me.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And it's one of those things too. So there's that aspect of it. You go through and play games, and as you gain XP, they'll give you a pack of cards, and half the time the packs of cards are just full of shit. Like if you bought baseball cards in a store.
It's very lifelike.
Only you don't get the piece of gum.
Yeah, right.
5 years old.
But it's one of those things. I want a pack of cards. It's a bunch of nobodies and 2 of the same guy, and I'm like, I feel like I'm fucking 8 again. But there's that, and they have a bunch of what they call programs, or it's a challenge thing where they have a Legends tier, they have a they're current players, but they're mid-tier players. It's not any stars or anything. So they have Legends, and they have retired guys who aren't quite as well known as the Legends.
Okay.
And then they have the current guys, and you go in there, and there's a challenge to collect a hat and jersey from that team, trade in X number of players at that position, and then you'll get a lower level card of that player from their rookie year or something. And that's one of the things I like. That's how the game handles the same player but different, ratings. You'll get someone's either like their rookie year or like playoff breakout series card,
Okay.
or they're all from like different points in time.
Okay, that makes sense. Which makes sense.
Where it's not the same fucking Tom Brady with 4 different rankings.
Right.
And you'll get the player card, then you have like a challenge. Like, to give you an idea of the tier of players they have in here, Gordon Beckham's one of them.
Oh man.
But the card you get is like rookie Gordon Beckham when he was good.
Yeah.
And like
It's relevant.
and the challenge that you have for him is to get 2 hits and 2 runs in a game
Okay.
using that player. So it's stuff like that, and there's like a bunch of different. There's like a couple different players for every position, and then like you go up to the next tier, which is like the it's not the like the the great greats. To give you an idea, the top level greats, like Babe Ruth is one of them.
Okay.
I think Nolan Ryan's up there. Guys like that. Like the tier below it is like I think like Brett Saberhagen, Gary Carter, guys like that who are
Yeah.
good, but they're not Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And it's like you basically go up from tiers. You take the current guys, you get cards from, you complete their programs, and you trade them in to do the challenges for the next tier of guys, and you keep going like up like that.
It's cool.
But then they have other stuff for the people who are going to dump a bunch of money into the game. They have like collect all the cards, and you get a 99 overall Vlad Guerrero,
Oh Jesus.
which some people already have, which means
Oh,
I think someone did the math and they
I'd
said
love to know
like
how much they spent on that.
I think someone said I read somewhere someone did the math like to go out and buy every card in the game, someone would have to spend like $2,000.
Oh my god.
That's
And someone did.
Oh yeah.
that's just.
Or you got those streamers that they just here you go.
Well, if you make
Well,
if
the
you make $500,000 a month for
Yeah.
one guy.
Well, not even that, but like the guy I saw streaming it, like what he'll do is, people will send him donations, and he just takes that money, he puts it into buying the cards. I mean, the guy has a full-time job, and he, streams for shits and giggles, and 'cause he likes the game. So,
Good for him.
someone sends him, $20, he buys $20 worth of packs and opens them up, and whatever he gets. But it's like seeing the economy in the games. It's ridiculous because there's the whole like ebb and flow of it. Of as players perform better, if you buy someone low and you think they'll do better. There's that part of it. But then like the highest rated live player in the game is Mike Trout. And to buy enough stubs to buy him, you would have to spend $200 cash. Oh my god! Which I keep hoping I pull him in like one of the packs that I open, because I will sell his ass.
Yeah.
So
for
you
real.
could sell that, like.
Not for
To me?
cash,
Okay.
but like in the game to get
Okay.
people give me
Yeah.
their stubs, they get the card.
I got you.
I would gladly sell that to just be able to
Yeah, no
buy
shit.
anything else pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. Mainly because the other game I got that I've been playing, Far Cry 5, I promised someone I'd play co-op, and they've been out of fucking town. So I played an hour of that on stream, like the first hour, which is basically tutorial, and then I want to say I stayed up to like 1:30 in the morning that night playing it. And it was one of those things where I'm playing it, I'm like look at my phone, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go to bed. But so there's some stuff in there that's different, but it's very much a Far Cry game.
Yeah.
It's if you played 4, you go through there, and like as I was playing it, I'm like, oh, this is that thing. Well, that thing wasn't 4. This is the other thing that wasn't 4. But the setting's obviously different. The story's different. But like my favorite thing in that game is like the melee weapons. Now you can throw melee weapons at people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You get like a spade shovel, you throw it like a javelin.
I saw someone do that on streaming. Yeah.
That's
oh
hilarious.
my god, hilarious.
But it was one of those things like when I was streaming, I'm like, oh, I got a shovel. I'm gonna shovel somebody. And like there was like 2 people like holding a hostage. I'm like, this can get messy if I shovel. I'm like, I'm gonna shoot this guy, and I didn't know the other person was there. And they start charging at me, and they got shoveled.
Nice.
But so one of the mechanics through the game is like you go through. There's not a ton of like story missions, but there's like little like side missions and quests that you do, and you build up like a resistance army in the territory where you're doing those missions. And then the higher your army your resistance level gets, then it kicks off more story missions.
Okay.
And I think there's 3 territories, each with a different boss, and then at the end of the game, there's the main boss. But I played maybe 2 hours of it. It's very much a Far Cry game, but I like it so far.
Good.
I haven't played a Far Cry game since 4 came out. So, yeah, I enjoyed my time with it so far. I'd like to play it again. Andy.
So
Disappointment.
Quit watching fucking basketball and get back home and play some goddamn video games.
So I just got off a vacation where we drove to Washington D.C. and back, which should be 10 hours if you just drive through.
Yeah.
But of course you stop and you have dinner or whatever. So I had 12 hours there and 12 hours back. So the Switch took its first voyage out of the house.
Nice.
And I bought some games. But
Hey, April. That's pretty
April.
good. That's pretty good.
April, and I still only use credits. I have not spent an actual United States dollar on a game as of yet. And I bought some of the dumbest shit I've ever bought on some of it. Because it was cheap. I had $20 to work with.
This isn't real money.
So here's what I bought. One game, I think it's called Circular Singularity or something like that. It's from Mike Biffle, the guy who did Volume.
Oh, yeah.
But you're a robot detective trying to unravel crimes just by talking to other robots. You're trying to figure out language and trying to figure out what happened and what to say and when and things like that. I played 2 minutes of it. I have 0 impressions. However,
I played it.
Yeah, I played it, and the reviews actually were really good. That's why I checked it out, because I was just like, it was getting like 8.5s and 9s
Wow.
and stuff like that. And I've never heard of it, so I was like, what the hell? I'll take a jump. I played all the way through Mom Hid My Game, which is a room. It's like a room escape game where your mom has taken, it looks like a DS, and hidden it somewhere in the room. But it's all goofy. Like one of them is like, all right, so they have the room that's in front of me and something to the right. So it's this section and this section. This section is a cabinet back there. Usually the game's in the cabinet, right? So the whole idea is like you're trying to avoid your mom, who is hiding in different places too. So you hit the wrong thing, your mom pops up out of nowhere, and it's game over, and you got to start from the beginning of the puzzle.
In the car with the kids and everything, you pop out, "Fuck you, mom!"
Damn mom, damn game. So like this gave me an idea of the puzzle. So there is the cabinet, and then there's 4 soccer players in front of the cabinet, all holding their junk, like one of those like line up like
the penalty shot defense. Yeah.
Right. So I look over to the right, and there's a soccer ball. I'm like, okay, fine. I take the soccer ball, and because you can pick up items, and I put the soccer ball on the soccer guy. I figured that would move him or whatever.
Yeah.
I hit one guy in the face, and mom comes out with a red card for me. So, like, damn it, she's everywhere.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
So what I ended up having, the way you solved that puzzle was you went over there was a window. You had to open the blinds in a window, take a fly off the window, and a bee off the window, and put the bee towards the soccer guys, and it scared them away. And then that's how I got into the cabinet and got it out. So there's 50 rooms. They're all just that stupid.
Jeez.
But it's just like so funny. Like sometimes you open a door and like your mom's there. Like there's one where there was a guy sitting on a pillow. I knew the thing was underneath the pillow, and there was a fridge. So I got the fridge, got a glass of water out, and kept giving him water until he had to go pee, so he could get up out of there. But I didn't open the door. So he just ran into the door, and then it was game over. So I had set the puzzle all over again. So I mean, it's one of those like order of operations type things, and some of them make no sense at all. So it's just like you just gotta really think abnormally to get through the room. It was fun. I played through the whole thing. There's 50 rooms. It took me about a couple hours. Amelia played through the whole thing too. She really liked it as well.
Was she also cursing at video game?
Yes,
Mom?
she was.
Much worse than Mike.
I also bought a
Racial slurs.
a normal lost phone, which you play it on the Switch sideways, and it looks just like a phone.
Okay.
So the hook is like you find a lost phone, and you're trying to figure out who it belongs to and try to get back to them. But it's literally just like a phone screen. Like there's messages and internet and things like that. It's locked up. They have no Wi-Fi, so you're trying to unlock all those things. So it's a puzzle game. So you read through the messages, try to figure out, and there's like 20 different conversations, not just messages, 20 different conversations to go through, and eventually you find out that the Wi-Fi in town is the zip code. So now I've gone to the zip code, so I can plug the Wi-Fi in there with the zip code, and I have yeah, well, it's early on. I just saved you a ton of reading too, by the way. Yeah, there's a
lot of reading. This is not a game for me.
And then you kind of unravel who the guy's name is Sam. You find out right away that's his phone, and you kind of unravel like his last couple of months with like troubles with his girlfriend and some trouble he's having at school and a club he's in, but you don't know really why. But as you go on, progress through the story, you get the full picture of it. And the very end of the story is really neat, how the game wraps up and how you get the credits to roll. So it's one of those like breaking the fourth wall. Like it's me on the phone doing this thing. So that was neat. It was different, and again, that was only a couple of bucks, and and I liked it.
Nice.
The main one I played a lot of was Picross. Have you guys heard of this?
Oh yeah.
So Picross is a puzzle game, like a straight up old, like an actual like legitimate puzzle game, not like Mom Hid My Game.
I used to play on DS all the time.
I never played one before, but I hear a lot of people talk about it. It was like $6-7.
Yep.
And it's a grid, and on the grid on the top and on the side is a sequence of numbers, and the sequence of numbers indicates the number of blocks you're trying to fill in that pattern. Would be like 1 2 1. I had to make it a 1. Then the next time I put squares in, it has to be 1 2 and then 1 again. But it also has to coordinate with the ones on the side. So you're trying to basically match up the grid to make sense with those number patterns. So all the number patterns are satisfied, and you have the puzzle solved. And the puzzle always ends up being like a picture of something, like an anchor or a sailboat or a
schooner,
all that kind of stuff. So it's like it's all, and it's one of those things where it's like all, and they time you. And they have hints on there, so if you hit the wrong thing, it'll like buzz at you, and you can take it off. I turned all that off, so I can be as like just me as in there as possible. And next thing I know, it's like 40 minutes later, I'm still in the same puzzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it starts very simply, but like the second you get into like the second page of puzzles, the grid gets bigger and more complex and more complicated, and it's just one of those like. I'm only missing one row. Like, how do I only fix one row? Or you know what I mean?
Right.
And to fix one row, you got to undo 6 of them to make it all work out.
It's like a Rubik's cube.
It was one of those things where I said the time just sucked away, and like when you get to that last puzzle, it's like that was so good. All right, one more. You know, and it's like that was so fun. All right, one more. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just doing puzzles in bed, waiting for the next day to roll on. But yeah, Picross was super fun and super. I didn't anticipate it being me liking it that much. Usually, I like puzzle games, but I'm not like into a puzzle game. Like I was into that one, for whatever reason.
It's so addicting.
Yeah. So now that I bought games, the floodgates are open. So again, I used. So it was like a combination of all these different promotions and sales all happened at once on the day I came home from vacation. So I just had to do it. So it was like I had the GameStop credit, and they were offering more credit for trade-in, and then I got a coupon for 20% off my entire cart at a PlayStation Store.
Nice.
So I bought Far Cry 5.
Ooh.
I bought MLB The Show.
Ooh.
I bought Okami HD.
Oh, nice.
And so just
Jesus
spend
Christ.
Wow, you did go on.
and spend $0 still because I had all that credit at GameStop. So
Nice.
between all that credit,
Nice.
I bought the gold edition of Far Cry. No, I bought the regular edition of Far Cry. But I bought like the MVP version of the show, which gave you like the extra themes, so I got like dynamic themes. And
I think you get like a theme for every team.
and a classic stadium and a bunch of stubs and things like that. I didn't end up. I had the gold edition of Far Cry in my cart and then decided to take it out because I've never played a Far Cry game before. I have no idea if I'm gonna like it or not.
It's like an action movie.
Yeah. And I've watched streams. I've watched it. I watched one when you played a little bit of it, and it looks fun. I think I'm gonna like it.
Did you see me javelin shovel guy in the junk?
No, I didn't. I unfortunately missed
that's a thing that happened.
But I'm like, I again, if I end up liking it, then hell, they can have my $30 for the season pass, which comes with Far Cry 3, I think, as well.
Yep. The remake.
Yeah.
So if I like that, if anything, like that's a cool thing. But if I end up not liking this game, I don't want a second version of that game as well. Right. I also don't like.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just hold off on the season pass to keep a little of that credit for myself, and be good to go. So, but still,
Nice.
so I bought some games.
Nice.
But
Nice.
but have not spent a dime as of yet.
Sounds like a big old loophole you're trying to work with there.
It massages my brain just well enough that I don't feel bad about it. But
Nintendo for my birthday sent me a 30% off any digital thing. So now I'm looking and I'm thinking, I'm like,
Where the fuck's my coupon?
I don't know, man.
Do you sign up?
I don't know.
Look that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, honestly,
I have an account.
You might have.
You put your birthday in?
Maybe, I don't know.
But I was looking through the coming soon stuff, and luck be have it, April 24th, Galgun 2 comes out.
That's a fantastic use of your credit.
I was looking through. I'm like, what am I gonna get digitally for 30% off? And I'm like,
get some extra cheap thrills. That's awesome.
that might work.
That I think that does work.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I've never played. And like I said, last time we were talking about like I haven't bought a baseball game in a long time. I'm kind of into baseball season this year, so I just jumped on it.
That's kind of where I was with it too. I watched the game. It seemed good enough. And last time I bought a baseball game, I was recovering from shoulder surgery. So
It's time. And I've never played Okami. I've missed it. I don't think I've ever purchased it. I feel like I never have, and I just keep missing it. So
You're so in for a treat.
I know, and I'm super excited for it. So that's gonna be on my list. I still plan on finishing my 10 games.
Yeah.
yeah, you're fucking better.
I just Frozen Wilds is in the back burner now. We'll talk more about that later. However, Steak. What's coming out next couple weeks?
Nothing. No.
Good. No more Temptations.
No, it is like we were just discussing earlier. It is the beginning of a brand new fiscal year, which means there's no forcing any of these
Fiscal
games out.
year.
What did I say?
Physical.
It's a physical year.
It's
I mean, hey, it's
physical year.
it's your world. You can make it as physical as you
I
want.
will. It's also late. So we got 2 games here. I don't have any of the indie games this time around. Nothing because it's all the indie. I was kind of looking at some lists. I'm like, all the indie games. They're all these tiny titles I've never heard of. It's like no major indie titles. Extinction on April 10th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And April 17th, finally, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life for PS4. Even though the reviews have been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Makes me angry.
I just don't understand it. Like, if the game, it makes even less sense now
I know.
with the whole like God of War coming
I
out
guess-
like days afterwards.
Yeah, I guess what they said, it was just like they were not producing enough physical copies of this game. Like they were having troubles getting enough physical copies like created.
So?
But it's like,
I still
so what?
get
Just
the buzz
release some
out.
ads and just get it going.
Get the. I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know. I should be drinking out of my
Yeah.
Yakuza whiskey glass right now with my whiskey, my dragon whiskey stone in there. But it is April, which means we have new games for PlayStation Plus.
Yes, we do.
For PlayStation 4, we are getting Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo. For PlayStation 3, we're getting In Space Recrawl, which is also cross-buy for the PS4, and Toy Home. And for the PlayStation Vita, we're getting 99 Vitas, cross-buy with the PS4 and PS3. And Qbert Rebooted for the cross-buy also for PS4 and PS3.
I actually turned my Vita on earlier tonight
Hey,
Good for you.
to remote play the Conquest mode and just clear spaces on the map.
Nice.
I'll talk about this now because I don't want to talk about this during my gift to you. But I did remote play on almost half of my playtime on Frozen Wilds with 0 issue.
Yeah?
So I would think I was just kind of play tested to see if I can play an action, a heavy game like that without any issue.
Yeah.
Not a single issue. I felt no different. The response time was perfectly fine.
How'd you do the controls?
What do you mean?
Pretty sure you use both
No,
shoulder
I
buttons.
did remote play on the PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I did remote play on the PC with.
I thought you meant the
before
Vita. I'm
control.
like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm pretty sure you use all 4 shoulder buttons.
Refuse to do anything with that. But yeah, I was shocked by I was messing around with some of the settings, and I'm still doing the lower frame rate, but I've bumped the resolution up to 720p.
Okay.
And that's still perfectly fine. I think only the Pro can do remote play up at 1080p.
Yes.
So like I went as high as I went for that. Maybe I'll mess up with the resolution, not that resolution, but the frame rate next time, just to see if that all jives. But like I did not feel and it didn't feel any different than I would have in front of the TV that's actually physically hooked up to the PlayStation.
Right.
Which is amazing.
That's awesome.
And good for you, given your situation with people in the house
Exactly.
and occupying
And honestly,
TVs and
I'm in a computer chair. The TV, the monitor I think is like a 27-inch, so something like this. So I mean, it's a decent sized screen.
Yeah.
And it's a nice screen too. So like, I don't know if there's any difference.
there was something. Oh, Mad Max.
Yes.
If you guys like the Batman Arkham games, give that a shot.
I
I hear it's great.
It controls almost
Yeah.
identically as far as like combat and stuff.
That's been on my. I've had that thing in my cart or in my hands multiple times, but I just never pulled the trigger on it because I know it's a big game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally gonna check that out.
Yep. Yeah, I already downloaded it with the Game Pass.
When are you gonna check that out? You just bought 17 games.
And I finished 2 of them already.
He's on a roll, folks. He's on a roll.
Don't stop me now. I've been saving up all this cash.
Once I get through that 10th game, I'm gonna buy everything.
And since we are continuing on in April, that also means we have new Xbox games with gold games.
Yes.
So which are great.
Yes, sir.
So for Xbox One, we are getting The Witness from April 1st through April 30th. And then after that, from April 16th through May 15th, you can download Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Super excited about that because that's one of those
Yes.
things that was like I've been looking at that for a while. I kind of want an Assassin's Creed game. I know Origins is out, but if I can play it for free, what the hell?
I've passed on so many sales on that one because I actually heard it was good compared to Unity, which was just a technical mess. But I hear this one was actually really good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
That's great. And Witness is good too. Like I said, I hit the eject button on that just because I just don't have time. And if I'm going to look at puzzle solutions in a puzzle game, there's
What's
no
the
point in me
point?
playing.
No,
it. So-
right, yeah, for sure. I'll play it until I get stuck. So which means I'll give it 5 minutes.
It was it was good. It was
I'll boot it up.
yeah.
it was good. It was beautiful. It gave you like a freedom where you can go anywhere, pretty much at any point, and as long as the puzzles. But I mean, if you go too far into the thing, the puzzle's not going to make any sense to you because you didn't do like the build up to learn what those puzzles meant. But it definitely is a challenge, but it's worth any amount of time that you're going to give it.
Nice. Then for Xbox 360, which is also playable on your Xbox One, from April 1st through the 15th, you can download Cars 2, the video game.
No, on the Cars 3. I know what that means.
And then from April 16th through the 30th, Dead Space 2.
Ooh, that was such a good.
Which is awesome. Yes. And now that they've given us 1 and 2, which means I think it's only a matter of time before they give us 3.
Yeah.
Which that'll be awesome to have all 3 of them and playable on Xbox One too. That'll be great. Then your Xbox Game Pass. Got a brand new games coming into the month of April.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
It's news to me.
Beginning of every month is when they add games.
That's right. I knew that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
it is a new month.
Yeah. So they usually add.
I was
10
gone
to-
for a week.
10 to 12 games usually is what they add. So the big headline game this time is City Skylines.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's supposed to
fine.
like Sim City type
Yeah.
thing. Yep, it's supposed to be really good actually. Cluster Truck.
What do you think
Now
about
you
that
can
one?
see the madness of that game. Garbage. The Hunter Call of the Wild. Kingdom New Lands. Late Shift, which I downloaded this one because that looks really cool.
Yes,
it's
that
like
was one.
It's like a crime-based FMV game, which looks very interesting.
I'm off FMV games after Night Trap. Sorry.
Well, this is like 25 years later of like full motion video, like
Yeah.
technology and understanding how that works. That being said, I did play the Bunker, which was a shit pile. So come out Late Ship I've been looking at because I have like a weird fondness in my heart for FMV games for whatever reason. I don't know why, but
Just want them to be so good.
yeah,
want
like
them to be.
just give me. I mean, there was.
Because they were high tech when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I always play that. I remember playing that game.
Plus, Night Trap was kind of like taboo back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing the game, it was in the First Degree, which is you're a lawyer doing full motion video, and you're trying to figure out, and you're basically trying to build a case and then try it in court. So if you missed a piece of evidence, or if you didn't approach the suspect or the witness in the right way, you wouldn't get the verdict you were looking for.
So, L.A. Noire.
Yes, but in full motion video.
Portal Knights.
I've heard of that. I don't know anything about it though.
Yeah, I've always seen that advertised. RoboCraft Infinity will be available on April 11th, which a lot of people have been like I when I saw was reading comments of from the article when this stuff was announced, everyone's like, God, I can't wait for that game. I don't know what it is. I didn't have a chance to look it up, so I'm curious what that's gonna be about. And Sacred Citadel, which if you like the Sacred games, don't play this one.
Are they taking? I know originally the idea was they're going to add stuff and take stuff away. Have they taken anything away?
I don't
yet
think
from
so.
this?
I really don't think so. I think, especially with the way that things, with them getting the hype train going with the Game Pass, with the first party games coming on there, I would be surprised if they don't remove anything for the whole rest of the year. They wait till like January 1st to start kind of maybe slowly removing some stuff.
That makes sense.
But that's up to I think that's also up to the other game developers because a lot of their third party games. If it's like, hey, do you care if we leave it on there, or if Microsoft, if they notice people
I don't
are
care.
downloading
I
and
don't care if
playing
you pay me.
yeah, right, yeah, exactly. They could sign that contract to keep it or something. So I'm curious to see how what direction that takes. But as of right now, there has been no concern of that.
Interesting. Extra.
It's time for the news. Short news report this week. So probably the biggest story on here. Vivendi's attempt at a hostile takeover of Ubisoft is over. Basically, Vivendi and Ubisoft came to an agreement that Vivendi will sell off all existing shares in Ubisoft and agree not to purchase any more for the next 5 years. In order to purchase Vivendi's 27.3% stake, Ubisoft has enlisted investment from Tencent. That's the Chinese company that owns League of Legends Studio Riot and Fortnite Studio Epic Games. And they also have the Ontario Teachers Pension Fund investing.
Okay.
It's
It's the Assassin's Creed Egypt
Yeah.
walkthrough. Like, you
Look,
know what? This is me.
we let you tour ancient Egypt.
Did I ever talk about that? Did I try that?
No.
Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, talk about it after the news. I'm on a roll here.
He's practiced this all. You can't break him up now.
And the deal, so the partnership between Ubisoft and Tencent involves Ubisoft pushing games to China, and it restricts Tencent from trying to increase its stake or voting rights in Ubisoft or transfer their shares to another company. All told, the deal is valued at $2.45 billion, more than twice of what Vivendi originally paid for the stock.
Yeah, it sounds like 95% of that verbiage is to make sure that Vivendi can't get back in any like substantial way.
Well,
for a
that,
while
and
anyway.
I mean, Tencent's a huge company, so it's making sure they're not just going to do the same thing Vivendi
yeah.
was doing.
Yep.
Especially, when you see that Tencent owns Riot and Epic Games.
Yeah, and Epic is huge right now thanks to Fortnite.
Well, Epic's always kind of been
Yep.
huge but unknown because they do Unreal Engine, which any game made with Unreal pays a royalty to Epic.
Yep.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, which is probably about 75 to 90% of the games
It's
they
like
play.
that and Havoc and something else I always see on every single one.
Oh god, yeah.
And there's the occasional studio that develops their own engine.
No,
Next,
this is great though. This is great
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Ubisoft. This was really good for them.
yeah, I mean, they've really turned things around just in the way they do business in the past, like
Yeah.
3 years or so.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad to hear this and they can keep doing the things they're doing because not only have they turned their business around, but they are one of the few companies that seems to make the whole games as a service thing work.
Yeah.
While still offering
Good games.
good
Yeah.
games and single player games and like weird small indie type stuff and all kind and
Fuck off, Kit.
Mario Rabbids and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, I've grown. I've always liked Ubisoft stuff, and I think I've grown a more appreciation for them over the last few years, just because their variety of what they offer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when they were pumping out a Assassin's Creed every year and they started turning into just giant steaming piles,
Yeah.
I wasn't too hot on them, but yeah, over the past couple of years, they've put out the variety of Tom Clancy games, and those all seem to be good and well received by other communities. The most recent Assassin's Creed has been well received, and so yeah, I mean, it seems
For
like they're
Honor, a new
yeah.
IP from them.
yeah,
that was
For
like,
Honor, which nobody talks about anymore, but apparently still has a huge player base. So
it resonates. So
I guess
good for them.
yeah, good for them. I don't know which one of these two to do next. I guess I'll just do the one that really is just whatever. No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox One.
Oh boy.
No Man's Sky next. Okay, there's a huge expansion
Yeah.
that's free.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently, people said the game is completely different from what it was at launch.
I wish that it would show up on like PS Plus again, or something like that, just so I can
Just so you can see what it
just-
is now?
Yeah, right. Because I was there on moment one, played it for like 2 days, and I did what I needed to do.
I was in the trenches, man.
It was cool. No, I would be interested to see how much it has changed because it sounds like a lot of stuff that I didn't like about it has been altered or taken out, or like especially with like resource management and like the amount of stuff you can carry and just like the button mapping and just the
Well, it's like,
amount of things
like
to do.
I briefly read like an article talking about this, and apparently either in this next update or in the other updates that have come out, like they have like an actual campaign now.
as opposed to just going.
Yeah.
I still don't know exactly what I was doing. I would just go to planet, look around, walk forever to nothing, pick up resources, run out of space, and be like, well, all right, that's it.
Great, now we go back to the ship and dump my stuff and come back out here and get a bunch more stuff and fill up and have to go back to the ship again and dump my stuff. Yeah.
That was pretty much it. So
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that it's going to Xbox after how Sony like gave them a huge platform, but I guess if the exclusivity was only for 2 years, then
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
it might have been one of those things too, where hey, it's exclusive for 2 years, and you guys have right of first refusal after that. And Sony was like, "Nah, we're good."
yeah, right.
Probably.
I'm just surprised they're still supporting it. Like how much they've already changed it to now, and making like a big I don't know if it's an expansion or whatever it
This
is.
game's
But
supposed
like,
to be pretty big from what I was hearing.
It's one of those things like for Hello Games to save this, they almost have to keep supporting it and turn it into what they promised.
Yep.
All that time ago. And the other thing I read is for One X, it's going to be HDR and 4K.
right. Oh.
No. If I can get my hands on like Redbox, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll Redbox it for a day or just for one day.
Yeah, I just want to
See how
try.
pretty it
I
looks.
just want to see it again. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And the last thing here was there was kind of like a celebratory announcement regarding Sea of Thieves and some confusion around it. So Xbox Wire, which is Xbox's like press release wing, put out an article like bragging about the success of the launch of Sea of Thieves, and their comment in the article said, the worldwide excitement for Sea of Thieves made it the fastest selling first party new IP of this generation. Having witnessed more than 1 million players on launch day, our community continues to grow and now has more than 2 million players. Alongside this, Sea of Thieves is already the best-selling Microsoft Studio first-party title on Windows 10. So, a couple things there just sound like bullshit. So,
Sounds good.
and then,
That's some good business speak right
then
there.
Aaron Greenberg, who's the GM of marketing for Xbox, basically, he tweeted out something that kind of clarified that or contradicted that. The part of that statement I have the biggest problem with is his tweet was, "Thanks for helping making Sea of Thieves a record-setting launch, our most successful new IP of this generation. Over 2 million players the first week and more than 500,000 new Xbox Live friends made." So his statement sounds much more believable
Yeah.
Yes.
than the other
absolutely.
one.
Because it's played.
Yeah.
And
It's played, but it's also our most successful
right.
launch of this generation, or new IP of this generation, which
Right.
What other new IP have they had this generation?
they haven't. But this generation, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right. No, yeah, 100%.
And there's no way you're going to tell me in a week that they sold as much as Horizon Zero Dawn did.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and they're talking about having 2 million players. Again, how many copies have they sold? How many people are playing on Game Pass?
Right.
Things of that nature too. So
Yeah, and that's that's the other thing too. There's some kind of they don't really clarify what they're considering units sold. Are they really considering Game Pass downloads as a unit sold? Because they shouldn't be. 'Cause it's not a
No.
sale.
right.
But yeah, it was one of those things that the Xbox Wire article went out there first, and like my first thing I saw was most successful new IP of this generation. I'm, bullshit. So yeah, that was just some interesting back and forth there, but best-selling Microsoft Studios first-party title on Windows 10. That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
But again, that's another thing where I'd like to know, are they counting downloads as sales? Because Game Pass is on PC also.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, they're talking about just get players playing. So like,
If they talk about just players
Yeah,
playing,
players
yeah,
playing,
right,
but
but-
those numbers I believe, but is when they say like best-selling. It's like,
Yeah.
and here's the thing too. Like,
But
people are dying for new thing, like first party releases from Xbox, right? So it's been a long time since they've had one. So like, people probably just jumping on this just to play something new. And need the hype train of the beta. So I'm sure a lot of people played the beta and then jumped into the actual game as well. Bought the game. So
I mean, I downloaded it, I haven't played it yet.
I don't have Game Pass. I will eventually.
Oh,
That's it.
that's it.
Nice.
Slow news period here.
Yes. So okay, go ahead and what you had something.
You were talking
Oh,
about.
You talking about something?
The Discover mode.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So I went through one of the tours, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It's very. I mean, obviously, it's pure history, pure educational. So what you do is like, so the one tour I went on one of the shorter ones. It was it 7 stops? I think it was 7 stops, and I think it took me 20 minutes
Okay.
to do, and that was one of like 90 something tours.
Dang.
Like there's a ton.
Jesus.
So we were talking about stops. Are you like running from location to
So
location?
you're in the map. So you're in like the Assassin's Creed map.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in a certain area, and then you see points like that you run up to. Then you hit a button, and then it's like you hit this. Oh, you're playing. Okay, you hit the button, and then the camera goes to like it zooms into like the what it's talking about. Like
Okay.
the area it's talking about. You can move the camera around and look while the narrator's speaking.
Oh, cool.
And just like, and then it shows up at the bottom too what he's saying, but it's as if you're at the museum with the headphones on. You press the button, and then you're hearing what's like that's like the plaque saying as you're looking at things.
That's neat.
That's basically what it was. Like, I mean, so it's really neat, and like I forget the one I did, but it was about Alexandria. So like it was like showing you like certain spots of Alexandria, and then it would also bring up pictures of like what it actually looked like in like old times and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. One of these days when I just have time to kill, I'll just sit down and just do that. Like,
Yeah.
just learn, I love ancient Egypt history and everything. So I'll get a kick out of that. I'll love that. But it's really interesting. I really recommend checking it out.
Nice. All right. Time for the topic of the day. So this was my brainchild, so I apologize. So we talked about Super Smash Brothers for Switch being announced last time. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do fantasy football style draft of third-party characters we think are gonna be in this the next game. Originally, it was supposed to be first party and third party, but honestly, I think I can name 30 characters I think are going to be in there, like a lock. So unless we want to do 20 rounds of this, which we don't, we're just going to do third party. So here's
Art tie.
So we're going to do Serpentine draft left and right. We're going to pick 5 third party characters. The time frame is between now and 1 month after release, so it gives a chance to add DLC characters and things like that. So 1 month from release, that's the cutoff point. Whoever has the most wins. If there's a tie, where the tiebreaker is the total number of characters without going over, because
Tiebreaker is Greco-Roman wrestling.
Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Like my chances.
The hell they're talking about?
Busted elbow and all.
Close without going over, because of course, Price is Right rules are in effect. Now,
I bet $1, Bob.
now the stakes.
It's Drew.
I bet $1, Bob.
Forever, Bob. The stakes are the last. We had a group stream here recently. I had to go run back home to pick up 2 controllers. And then you had people over the next day, and you only had 2 controllers to play again.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is the 2
You
losers.
need to go buy more controllers.
The 2 losers are going to buy controllers for the house.
Man, I'm
for group
rolling a
streams and
rotation
things
of
like
3. I never have anyone over.
that. I have 4 in my house.
Well,
I have 1 upstairs now, though.
You have kids that play too.
I do.
Yeah.
I just don't like being without a charge controller.
Let me put all of our names in here.
Well, let me rephrase that. I have the 20th anniversary one, which is never going anywhere.
I hate you.
That's one I use all the time. I love that
I
one.
hate you guys.
I pre-ordered that when they announced it.
I should have done that.
I would have ordered the fucking console if I knew about it before it was sold out and the website crashed. I have one of the newer red ones that I got before I got my PS4 Pro, and I have the black one that came with PS4 Pro.
Yeah, I got 2 black ones. A blue one, that's Amelia's, and the 20th anniversary one, which is mine. All right, random name generator.
I get the black one that came with the Pro, and then I get the Uncharted 4 one.
That was nice.
That's a nice
All
one.
right, I'm gonna hit random name generator 3 times. Whoever's name comes up gets to pick first, and then we'll go down the line or however it goes. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. It's Art.
Whoa!
So it goes 1, 2, 3, but you get Serpentine back, and you're first to pick on the tiebreaker. So Art's.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need to get stuff here. I need to get prepared. Art, you have first.
Wait, okay. Is it just third party, or are we doing third party or new first party?
Just third party.
Okay. Mega Man.
Okay. I gotta get pulled up here. I'm ill prepared. We can do it on this though.
Not even turned on, man.
I know. I'm
Oh, for the record, I've done 0 research.
good. I had 24 hours of car ride.
I played baseball instead. I decided that was a better use of my time.
Nice.
Probably. No, that's a list of games I beat this year because I'm doing that.
For the record, when I lose this, do they make a hot pink controller?
You can. I think they do make.
They might. I'm going to see.
So Art.
You can either get pink or just the ugliest goddamn thing I can find.
Yeah.
The camo one. That's what I'm gonna do. I already decided. The camo one. The camo is controllers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's bad.
Those are just terrible.
All right. I think that it is an absolute mortal lock that Shovel Knight is going to be in this game.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
Switch launch title. Showed up on DS. He was on DS originally.
That's what I
It is a
had.
mortal lock that
Yeah.
Shovel Knight will be on this version.
Let me, can I edit this? Why won't you let me edit?
It's like my fantasy football draft all over.
There's no editing, just go. Here's a pen and a piece of paper. Just make it happen.
I gotta remember this.
Immediately.
Oh wait, I know what to do.
Yeah, I'm looking at PlayStation controllers. Okay,
What colors they got? I don't even know.
that's what I'm trying to find out.
Ooh, he's got his pen on and everything.
That's right. I'll just mark it. I'll just cross it off. That's fine.
Oh, well, look at you.
Yeah.
Steak.
Of course, the first two that show up here actually look decent. That's not what I want. That's not what I want
Back
at
to
all.
back picks. Get to pick 2.
All right.
Shot more colors.
So speaking of Ubisoft, since we have now Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, I'm gonna go with one that's not the completely obvious one. I'm gonna go with Rayman.
He's on my list. He's like number 3 or 4. You bastard.
I'm gonna go with Rayman.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
I think that'd be awesome.
I think he fits too. I mean, he's already cartoony,
Totally.
and I think that he would be perfect for that.
Yeah. And then my next one.
Anticipation.
Is no, this one's gonna be a little bit. It's out there, but it's not out there. Like I'll be surprised, but not surprised. I guess I should say.
Okay.
Bomberman.
That's a good one.
Sorry, I'm throwing my hands about how confusing the goddamn Sony website is.
With them releasing that new game on the Switch, I think that makes it more of a possibility.
Bomberman was on my
They're
list as well.
starting to bring them back. So
All right. I'm getting number 1 and number 2 on my list, so thank you guys.
sure.
Thank you for not doing research. Thank you for reaching for the stars.
You're welcome. I love reaching for the stars.
Sonic.
Oh yeah, that was on my list too. That was number 2.
That was on my list.
I would hope so. He's been in the last 2 games, I think.
My ethereal list.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. He'll be in that.
What's next?
So I guess I'll go with another obvious one since we didn't make this new third-party characters.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just you gotta re-up licenses.
Dude, it's all right.
You can do whatever you want.
That's fine.
Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man will be back.
Yeah, Mega Man and Pac-Man.
Hands down.
Is there anything else on man? Anything else on man?
You already got Bomberman.
Fuck. Macho Man.
That would be great.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Shaq Fu.
And I know I'm jumping ahead there, but for like my gift to you, I sat in a car for 10 minutes because I saw somewhere that Shaq Fu showed up on like the European PlayStation Store, and if that came out this year, the new one, you were going to be getting that this week,
that would
but
be awesome.
it's not out, not confirmed yet. So
Damn it.
Unfortunately, that's not happening.
He really needs to get on that and release that already. He's been teasing us about that new game forever. A Legend Reborn.
What else you got?
Just because it's a name I thought of and it's a third-party name. Simon Belmont.
Ooh,
That's a really good one.
that would be awesome.
That's not on my
Konami
list either.
sucks, but that would be awesome.
That's why I don't think it'll happen. It's Konami.
That's
No, I
a good
like
call,
that though.
though.
That'd be
It's not on my
awesome. With his
list.
whip, that'd be perfect.
But it counts if they put up a Chinko machine in there with his face on it.
As long
saying
as
that
Simon
now.
Belmont.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Fuck, I come with 2 more of these.
You got some time. I should have ranked these.
God, this is great. I had some great ones though. I was so worried about this before, but I don't. There's a few on here I don't think you guys will have. So I was like, yes.
All right. I think I got 2 obvious ones, so I'm gonna go a little deeper.
It's always more fun that way.
Yeah.
Look at my E3.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that.
Way more fun.
When we do
Listen.
E3 predictions.
Fun for me is winning.
Yeah, it's like if you ever win E3 predictions, it's gonna be the best E3 of all time.
It will be.
All right.
I was so
The internet
close
will explode.
with my Xbox One X last year.
For the record,
I still think about that.
When we finish here, I have an idea for the E3 thing.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper on this one because I have a couple others, I think, but I'm gonna put Shantae from the Shantae series.
Oh, cool.
I think she would also fit. She's cartoony.
Totally would fit. That would be awesome.
I'm putting her in.
I like it. That would be awesome.
Let's make that happen. How do you spell Shantae? Like that.
SHANTAI.
I got it. I know what it
Oh yeah,
says.
AE. Yeah, AE.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think.
All right, for the last pick of the 3rd round, steak. Who do we got?
We are going with someone else returning to the Switch sometime this year. Travis Touchdown.
Ooh, you bastard! He was on the list.
Travis Touchdown.
I think that's
with his light gun.
That's gonna happen.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right.
I mean, when they put Bayonetta on there, I was like, okay, that means mature rated characters are in. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, Snake was in it before and stuff too. I mean, and especially Bayonetta. I mean, that's very sexual character. So I'm like, awesome. Travis touchdown hands down.
And he's been on two of the big he was on the launch video for the Switch.
Yep.
He has had a bigger and then one of more recent directs. So
Yep.
that's
which, by the way, did I call it in Indies or what? Huh? All right. So
first pick, round 4.
Round 4. Where do I want to go? We're going with the Solaire of Astoria.
The what?
That's a good one too.
Dark Souls.
Okay.
That's a good one too.
With the
Especially
remaster coming.
and the amiibo.
Yep, and the amiibo. Why not? Boom.
Bitch.
Oh my god, if they release a Travis Touchdown amiibo, I day one. It better be the light sword like that, holding it like this.
All right, let's do another one here.
Oh my god, I got all 4 of them. This is great. Like, I still got plenty here to
I got some deep cuts still on here too. All right, I'm gonna do. All right.
Oh god, I love it.
Ukulele.
Nice.
Again, the
Okay.
cartoony character.
Sure. Yeah.
It made a big deal splashing on the Switch. Why not? I'm sure that the people there at wherever studio would be down for that. All right, so you got 2. Got the last one, the 4th. The first one, the last round. I'd have to do 2 more rounds, by the way, if you want to do 2 more rounds. How about you?
Shit might start getting crazy if we do 2 more rounds. I'll take Bayonetta.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, I was
In all fairness, I was already thinking of her before you mentioned her.
no, it's okay. No, I was actually going back and forth. I originally had her on my list and I took her off because I'm just like, sometimes you get those third characters that they stick around, and others I'm like, I just don't know with her, because it is, but they're coming out. It's
third one
exclusive to them.
Yeah.
The third one's coming out. That does kind of make sense they would keep Bayonetta, but I know a lot of people hated Bayonetta. In the most recent one, they say she's totally overpowered. So,
I mean,
but you just fix that.
That's a game balancing
Yeah,
adjustment
just
you
balance
make.
that.
All right,
We'll see.
round 5. Last pick. Art, who you got?
Madeline,
Who?
the main character from Celeste.
Oh, cool.
I put Celeste down because I never knew.
Damn, I wish you would have said that at one so I can go, nope, that's not her fucking name.
Nope.
Madeline.
You don't get that.
Madeline, parentheses.
I would like
Celeste.
that. I would like that.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
That's good. I like that one.
All right. I'm going way off the deep end on this one. So, there's been a lot of Bethesda stuff on this system.
Yeah.
So, I went back and forth between 3 different people. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe Doom Guy.
Right.
Probably not, though. I thought maybe they would have who's a Fallout guy? Not Pit-Boy. What's that thing? Vault Boy.
Vault Boy.
Maybe a Vault Boy character.
Yeah.
Might be fun.
Yeah.
And he can change his costumes and do all the different things
Yeah,
that
that's
they
true.
do. I think that'd be
Yeah.
kind of neat. I'm landing on the Dragonborn
Okay.
from Skyrim.
Yeah.
You can do the Fuzzroda and
Mm-hmm.
then blow people off the ledge. At a minimum, I think they would have a Skyrim level, but I think that I'm gonna put the Dragonborn on there just for shits and giggles.
I like it.
And my number 2 pick on here, I didn't even. My number 3 pick, I didn't even go with it because I'm having more fun doing it this way.
Yeah. Sometimes it is more fun just going with the fun stuff, you know?
I got 5 that haven't been said yet.
I got quite a few myself, too, yeah. I'm trying to decide which one. Do I want to go safe here, or... Because, I don't know, I'm kind of crazy on mine.
I know. I honestly
I got a couple safe ones.
all the ones
I
you've
think.
put on here, I had on my list too.
Yeah.
Like Rayman, I think is a good one. Bomberman, I think is a
for
really
sure.
good
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
Travis Touchdown, I think is a lock. The story, Stellar of Astoria, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's that. I think that's more like 60-40 that it
Yeah,
could happen
no,
as
for
opposed to the
sure.
other way around.
Okay.
Same.
Thank you for your input.
All right, that's fine. You know, I'll go a little crazy for this one too. Then, we're not totally crazy, but
Yeah.
a little out there. Phoenix Wright. I mean, he's been in the DS forever. Like, I mean, they've had. So look at all those games. Like, I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Harvey Birdman.
I don't want a Phoenix Wright game.
Oh, I would love. Yeah, I'll take Harvey Birdman over that. But I think Phoenix Wright I can see potentially.
Nice. Want to do one more? We're going to call it a day at 5.
We can do one more. It's fine.
There we go.
Okay.
You got one more? Do one
Yeah.
more.
Oh yeah. I got quite a few more.
I
Actually.
got 5 more.
Yeah.
I don't. So this is gonna get really interesting.
All right.
What do you got? And then you'll do the first pick for the tiebreaker. That was the whole idea. We go back, but
Okay.
we'll do that way.
I'm gonna go with Tails. Now that we've had Sonic for a year or two, why not add Tails as well?
All right, I've said this long enough. I've gone crazy enough. I feel like I can go back safe. Crash Bandicoot.
I was going back and forth between him and Tails.
Yeah.
I was like, which one should I call?
I'm doing Crash. I think he's going to be in it.
Oh yeah, especially with the trilogy coming.
I think, again, a little cartoony character, I think he fits. If they have Crash, Sonic, and Mario in the same game at the same
Oh my
time.
god, that would just be insane.
Yeah, that's just...
You know what? Might as well just throw Spyro in there too while we're at it. Why not?
And put Master Chief in there, too.
Any chance you guys just want to let us have this one?
Want to see my list? Want to see the 4 I have left? Okay, 4 left.
Sure, let me see them. I don't know if I'll use any of them.
It's those.
No, I'm good.
Watch all 4 are in there.
Yeah.
What was that again? I'm not even sure I recognize some of those names. I don't recognize one of the names.
Amaterasu?
Yeah.
That's the guy from Okami.
Ah, yes. That's a good one.
I don't know if they have any names, but a rabbit.
Yeah. Rabbits, yeah. I had that on my list too. Like I said, I started to go with Rayman instead, but yep.
Not rabbits. Rabbids.
Rabbis.
All right. Now, total number of characters, 1 month. Announced counts. So if it's not on the system yet, not in the game yet, but they've announced a character, that counts in terms of this and in terms of the tiebreaker.
Okay.
So total number of characters announced or in the game 1 month after launch. What do you got?
Total number?
Total number. That's our tiebreaker.
Oh, fuck. We didn't talk about this.
Did we talk about this?
It was in the text exchange.
Was it? I might have missed it. All right.
There was
That's
a lot of
That's
text exchange about this
There
one.
was. That's okay. Let me think. Hang on.
To give you some context.
How much did the Wii U one have?
The Wii U one had 51 characters at launch and then 7 or 8 DLC characters, if memory serves.
No, fuck. They had that many at launch?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Okay. Why am I thinking this one's going to be a little scaled back?
Closest without going over.
I think it's going to be a little scaled back. Let's go with 48 total.
That's a good number. 49. No, I'm not
Yeah.
I'm doing the opposite. I think they're going nuts with this one. I'm going to say 55. Art. You're playing the numbers game now.
I mean, there's 1 or 2 options here.
Yeah.
Give me a quarter. Serious.
No. I only carry hundreds.
Give me 100.
Unrelated. Give me 100.
Where's your Two-Face coin?
Yeah, right?
What'd you say?
None of your business. 55.
56.
Bastard.
It was 1 or 56, man. You get a quarterback.
Thank you.
I feel like I
for
should-
pop tomorrow.
I feel like I should get the quarter for getting screwed on this one. All right. So here's our list.
I got the first pick and the last pick in the
Yeah.
Price is Right thing. It's a big winner. Art's a big winner. Especially when I lose this.
All right. Art has Mega Man, Pac-Man, Simon Belmont, Bayonetta, Madeline from Celeste, and a Rabid. I have Shovel Knight, Sonic, Shantae, Yooka-Laylee, a Dragonborn, and Crash. Steak has Rayman, Bomberman, Travis Touchdown, Solaire of Astoria, Phoenix Wright, and Tails. Who didn't you have? Who didn't make your...
Jill Valentine.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
Because there's a lot of Capcom stuff on there, too.
Yep. And this was a very vague one because I don't know which one they would put in there, but a Dragon Quest character.
Yeah.
Because since they put Cloud in there before, I'm like, well, they're not going to do another Final Fantasy character, and Dragon Quest XI is eventually coming to Switch. So maybe the main character from there, but I would think just a Dragon Quest, something from the Dragon Quest world would be.
I choose Mario.
The 4 I had to make it my list for Super Meat Boy, Amaterasu, the dog from Okami, Beautiful Joe, and and Professor Layton. To your Phoenix rights.
Yeah, there you go.
That was fun.
Cool.
Here's my list. Did you do first party at all or no?
I did. So
who was your deep cuts you had on that one?
Okay, so I have some
Ribbon Girl.
Ribbon Girl, 100%.
and Spring Man.
There might be both. I think Ribbon Girl is definitely going to be on there because they need more women, and I think that's a perfect hit.
Plus, I mean, I haven't seen a ton of footage of that game, but that's the character I remember the most.
Yep.
Or Twin Tail.
Yep.
For a different reason.
I think Ice Climbers definitely makes a comeback.
Say it again?
Ice Climbers definitely is coming back.
A lot of people are clamoring
They said
for
that the main reason why they didn't have them was because of the 3DS, and with it not coming out on the 3DS, there we go.
Captain Toad.
Captain Toad. Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
I think it's about time we get another Mario.
Yeah.
In there.
I think I need to really surprise one.
You're gonna have shirtless, nipple exposed Mario.
God, I hope so.
Yes. Oh, I put Rex from Xenoblade 2.
I know any of the Xenoblade characters. I just put Xenoblade on there because I didn't know what character was going to be.
With the second one selling as well as it did, I can't see them not putting someone from that game in there.
Good call. That was only a surprise. The only new ones I think I had.
I think that's pretty much all I had.
All right. This will be fun. So, 1 month after launch of Smash Bros. On Switch,
Whatever the hell that is.
Whatever the hell that is. We'll revisit this. I'll save it, and we'll go back. And then we'll buy some controllers for this house. Anyway, all right. Now is that time for my gift to you.
Just give me a controller when you guys have the kid. Here's your child gift.
My gift to you was your gift to me.
Yep.
Which was one of the gifts I had on my New Year's resolution list, which was nice. So you wanted me to play Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds DLC, and I played all of it. I played from beginning to end, the entirety of it, minus a fetch quest and a hunting grounds because I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to because that was the same thing. So in this DLC, there's one of 3 different places you can instigate the quest because it is a side quest from the main game. Since I essentially 100% of the game originally. After you beat the game, your save state is right before you jump into the final mission. So I'm right before the final mission. So everything's done in the game except for this Frozen Wilds DLC and the last mission. But the whole thing is technically a side quest. So they have one big side quest, which is the overarching Frozen Wilds story arc, and then they have side quests that branch off of that. And it's just like original Horizon, where you got to find this person who's lost, or I lost this in there, or hey, there is a raid happening right now.
There's a bunch of Robosaurs just skull fucking my town.
Yeah, more or less. But in this new area, there's been an uprising of what they call the Daemon, who is a demonic AI, just like they had, like the Corruption. What?
How many of these demonic AI do they have?
A
Hades, Daemon. What the fuck?
It's very similar to the Hades thing, but they
Unlimited.
Yeah. Well, that was. I don't want to ruin the story of Horizon, but I mean, one of the things is
beep all this out.
Some of the AI, has gone a little bit awry, and this is one of those AI that has done that.
Is it one they refer to in the main game?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
But like,
the name doesn't ring a bell, but
it's different. The actual name of the actual AI is different than Daemon.
Okay.
The tribe calls it the Daemon because they don't know what they call it otherwise. So you go into the Frozen Wilds, which is the upper right, the northeast of the map. It opens up into a new area that you've never been to before, and it is covered in snow. It's gorgeous.
So it's not just a clever name.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Like it's the best snow in video games of all time. It really is. Like the way it reacts, the way it
Wrong. Techno Super Bowl's best snow all time.
The way it reacts and I mean, again, in Horizon, you're doing a lot of diving and sliding, and things are smashing in and going all over the place, and all of that is manipulated in real time in the snow. And there's different levels of it too. So when you're walking just normal, like you're walking normal, it gets a little deeper. You change your pattern of running. If you're on a mount, if you're just running, the other monsters in the area, so you can use the snow a little bit to your advantage.
Okay.
the main story is you're going up there, and that's where the Banuk have taken up their grounds are there. You meet some of the Banuk in the main story. There's one village that they have, and you see a lot of their paintings.
You have to go collect a bunch of their fucking trophies.
Yes, and that's one of the things that you collect. So the Banuk are a little more tribal than the other ones are. Like there's a little more Native American. Like they have they're very paints and rituals and a simpler life and things like that. So
in the main story, aren't they the tribe that has actually tamed some of the machines?
Yes, they have that blue glow. And they talk about the blue glow.
They overridden the machines,
right?
Or whatever.
And they're talking about this. The blue glow is a lot of the things they talk about. Like the blue glow has come over me. That's like happiness has come over me and things of that nature. So in this area, the daemons there, it is demonizing some of the monsters in the area, making them significantly tougher. They have new monsters that were in the original game. One is a Scorcher, which is like a really big fox type thing but it spits fire and is super quick. And then they have
tie that motherfucker down.
You have to. And then you have I forget what it's called. It's called like a frost claw or something like that, which is like a bear, like a brown bear, and that thing is huge. And that thing is, you're trying to tie it down, it takes a lot. And I have like a high-end version of that tie-down weapon. It takes a lot to take those guys down. And they're big and they're super fast. And they get up on their hind legs and they're just like spitting like
shoot them in the dick.
They're just spitting out like ice rocks at you, and then like it'll stop and come at your claws. They're all, the cap of the original game was 50. Level cap was 50.
Right.
And like I'm fighting monsters that are like 42, 45, and they're like ramped up, and then they're all surrounding it. What I really liked about this game, though, the add-on DLC, is they took a lot of familiar stuff from the original game and have manipulated it in some way, shape, or form. Like the long necks. The long necks were in the original game. That's where the towers you climb up, the walking towers you climb them up.
It's like a viewpoint in Assassin's Creed.
Exactly. And you would get a view of the area, and you would know where some of the hunting grounds were, or like different waypoints were, or whatever it may have been. In this one, there is a long neck there, but it's been dismantled. So you need to kill, there's a bunch of different scrappers. One of their monsters called Scrappers in the area that have scrapped that long necks. You gotta take them down, kill them, get the parts, put the long neck back together, and then you can climb up on it and actually do the long neck piece of it and get the 95% of the map unlocks when you do that. Everything but the last piece of it unlocks. They have the corrupted zones. Yeah. The corrupted zones were like the ones that were. They said they had monsters that were corrupted in the original game that were made them tougher. Now it's like they're not corrupted. They're demonized, but it's kind of the same idea. The difference is in the middle of the demonized zone, there's a big tower. The tower is it charges up and then puts out a pulse. And what the pulse does, if you have the that high end armor that like automatically recharges your health, it kills that armor. So that makes it tougher. 1, 2, it heals all the monsters in that radius.
Oh, what the fuck?
So yeah, it
sounds fucking annoying.
It's another layer of
can you like disable that thing?
Yes,
okay.
There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can override it if you get all the way up to it, and there is if you scan it, you can see like a yellow piece behind it, and you can shoot that enough times and it will blow up. But if you start shooting stuff, obviously, and you need to be close enough to shoot it, right? The monster starts seeing you, and then you're in some trouble. Like fighting those monsters, A, ramped up, and B, recharging health, is not fun. So you really need to, again, another level of planning on top of it. The main crux of the story is you're trying to get to. There's an active volcano in this area. You're trying to get there to hear the spirit voice again from one of the shaman of the Banuk. Their whole idea was that this area has like the craziest monsters, the worst monsters. Just trying to get over there they think that's what would stop the daemon if they go into this location to shut it down. And they used to hear this voice in this one computer that would tell them like some things, but the daemon took it over, and that's kind of where all this shit came up in that area. So, but I mean, long story short, like it feels more like Horizon, and I loved Horizon, and they've added more variety to the things I really liked about it. They didn't add any They added a few new weapons. They changed the staff up, so you can have.
I know you can modify the staff now.
You can modify. You can add. Modifications to the staff. They gave you different staffs. One's like a flamethrower. One shoots electrical bolts. So it kind of like you can do one weapon does both close range and long range. I really didn't use that because I had like the way I played the game was really like ground and pound. I would tie those things down, hit him with everything I had, and then just do it again. And I didn't use any long range weapons. The Terra Blaster, which is like the shotgun, I didn't use that at all in the whole game.
I don't even think I used that in the original game.
No, I didn't. I didn't either. But I had like, my bow and arrow was like ranked up crazy. Like I'm killing stuff in one blow from like far away. But they added some new bows and arrows too, where if you hold it back long enough, so you hold it back and like something zooms in. So if you wait for it to zoom all the way in, your damage like doubles. Oh, wow. So if you have enough time to do that and actually do it, you can like take down some of the bigger monsters in one hit. But again, it does that same loop where it's just like you have 3 active quests at any time. You have one active quest that's really far away, and on the way you can get other 2 like knocked out or pick up different stuff or see these different waypoints or you see this different. You see like a village on the map, and you pick another quest that way. What Horizon I think did really well was getting you from A to B while doing a bunch of other stuff along the way. And while you're doing that, you're picking up new fast passes. And so you're picking up new campfires and get you closer. So like you're constantly, even though you're doing side missions, you're still getting closer and closer to that main quest that's in the distance. So I didn't play this game originally with headphones on, but I did this time, and it's like a completely different experience. Like I didn't like how much level of sound and like hearing that the monsters and like you can hear them really around you when you have the 360 headset on.
Yeah.
Like again, it's great graphically. The story is still really good. I like the original story better than I did in this one. But it's an add-on, you know what I mean?
Sure. So,
and it's kind of tough to
side quest, basically.
And it's tough to like, especially when you know what the ending of the game is, trying to like make it interesting and shove it into right before the end of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things I didn't really. Wasn't as high on as the other stuff. I still like the story, but not nearly as much as I was attached to the original one. But man, they added some new skills, and there's like 2 more the bigger collectibles. Mm-hmm. So the way I finished the main quest, I finished almost all the side quests except for like that one fetch one like I talked about.
Right.
I did all the collectibles again. So like I felt like I was just back in that swing again, and by the time I was done with it, I felt I was done with it. So it didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't too short. It was like 10 hours long. So I mean, and I did a lot of the extra stuff on top of it. You can probably mainline it in like 4 or 5. But overall, I mean, it was nice to be back in that world. I picked it back up right away. Like I feel like even though I didn't play it since it originally came out, which is about a year ago, I pretty much picked it up and knew what I was doing again within 15 minutes. Like I was, what took me longer was figuring out what weapons I used, how, and like when. Like I knew there was some of those like, because I knew like if I saw a shell walker, I knew what would explode on them, or if I went to one of the flying machines, I knew what piece of that to hit to make them freeze. Like that took me a minute to like pick that stuff back up, but that's like the deeper end of the strategy aspect of the game. But yeah, I mean, is it worth $20? Probably. I mean, if you enjoyed the first game as much as I did.
I think it's pretty regularly on sale on.
Yeah.
I think I just checked, and it's 15 right now.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for $15, I think that's a no-brainer if you play the first game. Excuse me. But there's enough new content in there and new ways to play the game where I felt it was still refreshing. I got to be back in that world again that I really liked and got to see a little more of. You don't really do much in terms of Aloy's story, but you understand more of the world, which is something I really like as well. So there you go.
So now you're ready to jump into New Game Plus on Very Hard?
Nope, absolutely not. 'Cause I don't think there was one.
So you're happy with your platinum, but you don't want that 100%.
No. I didn't get the 100%. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I got my platinum. I'm happy. I didn't get all the trophies on this one because they have like a couple new attacks. Like you can jump off if you're on a mount. You can jump off a mount and attack someone like with a jump attack and hit a bad guy. You had to do it like 10 times. Something. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't. And it's like and like I said, when I got to the end of the main story, I did it like I did the main game, whereas like I did everything I possibly could, and then got to the last the last mission and finish that, and I was done.
Yeah.
I kind of did that here too. Outside of just that one thing which I didn't do, which I'm not. It was to go fight the thing and bring it back to the girl. I've done enough of that.
But what about the girl?
She got to 2 other things. She can. It's fine. But yeah, like I said, it was like I felt like when I finished that last mission, put the controller down, I'm good. I'm done. I'm happy with what I did. I'm happy with what I played. And then I started thinking, like, what do I want in the next one? No, what would be what could they change? What could they add? And I don't know. Like, right. I like this one so much that I don't know what they can really do to add to the game. The only thing I thought of was if you can mount flying robos. I think that would be really neat. I don't know how that would work technically wise in such a game that has so much stuff going on underneath the hood, but I think that would be neat. But beyond that, like, I don't know. I guess that's why I'm not in the business. So that is.
You're not an ideas guy.
No, I'm not.
How would you feel though? Like, now that you've played Horizon,
yeah,
and you've played the DLC. Mm-hmm. You know, like just hearing this is like hearing this is awesome. Like, I know you guys try to get me. I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't do it. I understand. I respect it though. Mm-hmm. How would you feel if this was the end though? Like, if now you just said, like, where could they go from here? What if this is it? What if like Guerrilla did? You know what? We're gonna go back to Killzone now. If this is our one-off that we wanted to do, but now we're gonna go back to doing what we know and do Killzone. Like, would you be okay with that, or would you still crave more Horizon?
If the game ended,
if they didn't set it up for a sequel,
if the game ended when the credits started, I'd be fine.
Okay.
Because it rounded off. I got everything I wanted out of it, and I really enjoyed it. Then they did the Marvel Cinematic Universe post-credit scene.
God, these fucking
that set up the next
doing
thing.
This lately.
Yeah, so it set up the next one, and I'm interested in how that plays out.
Okay.
But like, for me, like I would like them to kind of put, obviously both the ideas from the DLC and the original game together to put into the main number 2 game, add on some new stuff. But I would like you said, like I would like them to do something different than the bad computer guys. Just something, and if the way they kind of set it up, it sounds like they are kind of doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's what that ends up being. As some new robos and some new fun ways to get around and some new fun ways to take them down.
Sure.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I don't like. I hear you're just hypothesizing. Like, what if this happened?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But I mean, seeing as how Horizon I think has probably been more successful than any of the Killzone games, I don't see it happening. I think like the biggest deviation you might see is if they went like the Final Fantasy route, where like Horizon 2 isn't called Zero Dawn. It's a completely different story, just like similar like Doomsday scenario.
Sure.
And they actually, one of the things they touch upon in the DLC is they don't know if it's locally in terms of like what's going on in that area. Is it worldwide?
Right.
So I mean, this could be something. This could be it. Like that could be the entirety of Horizon Zero Dawn's map. Could be the entirety of the world that's left.
Sure.
Or it could be a ton of more continents and things we don't even know about.
You could have dozens of more Aloys, just not Aloy.
Mm-hmm.
That actually kind of would make sense story as well.
Yeah, but I mean, they kind of have an iconic character with Aloy. I don't think they're going to walk away from that.
No, 100%. But that could be where they're going with the game in terms of like
long-term franchise.
Not only that, but like that could be part of like there's other people like Aloy in different parts of the world, and that's how you can travel and see different parts and go to different places and start collecting people.
Interesting.
Anyway, yeah, Frozen Wilds definitely recommended. Go pick it up if you moderately enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn, which I think if most people who played it did. Go check it out. Now,
I'll get it when I hit another down period. I'm kind of busy right now.
A lot going on. Yeah, no, I understand.
Got some things I'm working on.
I only got 3 games left on my thing. I got Observer, which should be a shorter one. Wolfenstein 2.
Not that long.
Not that long, but then I got Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is the biggie.
Wolfenstein you might be able to knock out in less time than you spent on Horizon.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna play that on easy.
You could rush through Rise,
I don't want to.
but I don't advise it.
I don't want
I
to.
don't advise it, but you can if you wanted to. You could rush through Rise.
Okay. Now, it's my time to give you a gift.
Super seducer.
There was, I know there was a for April Fools. There was a some digital distribution company was if you put like any code into their website, it would give you just a random code for a game.
Oh wow!
So I did that, and I got and I looked at the bunch of games. There was not a single good one that they gave anybody.
Of course not.
And I got Super Duper Party Pooper, I think was the name of the game I got. I don't know what's going on. I watched a video and there's like these big people dancing, and I don't know what's going on. But it's a free game. If I could have gifted that to you, I would. But instead,
Fair enough.
Instead, I get a game. I think you're really gonna like.
Okay.
I played it last year. I don't think it made my top 5, but it was in the conversation.
Okay.
It's a very you game. You can play as much as you want. I'm giving you Nier
Automata.
Automata.
Yes.
So I think. Oh, is it open? Oh no.
The disc is loose. I heard it shaking around.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
When you buy a Walmart used game, that's what you get.
Fortunately, it's Blu-ray, and those are.
Oh yeah. It doesn't
You can
matter.
shoot him.
Yeah.
You can shoot like a gun. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
So it's a very you game. I think you can like it. I would say I'd recommend playing it to at least past that first part, and when you get back to the mothership.
Okay.
So you kind of get an idea of a little more
Sure.
of the world and story and what's going on. Just don't remove your OS chip.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
my only
you
consideration.
You died. You get the bad ending one.
And the credits go roll really fast. It's funny. But yeah, so check it out. I think you're
Yes, I am so excited to play this.
Good.
I wanted to always try this. So
there you go. Oh, I need my Resident Evil back, by the way.
yes, absolutely.
Give them both. I don't need
Remind me before
Just
we
give them
leave.
both back
No,
to me. at the same
remind me.
point.
Remind me.
All right.
Awesome.
Yo,
Where can people find us online?
online.
Internet.
People can find
What
us
the
on.
fuck is the internet? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I got your mind all distracted.
What time is it?
I'm tired.
It's almost 11. Actually, we're
it's
pretty good.
fine.
I didn't
We're doing
sleep
really
much
good.
last night.
It's fine.
Oh, by the way, last night I had one of those. The game was telling me to go to sleep type things. That's what I was to say about LB the show. The servers have been shit so far. They need to get that fixed
I
and
feel
quick.
like that is almost like a universal truth on games that come out nowadays.
No, it's been like really bad.
Oh,
Like people are like buying cards and losing their stubs and not getting the card.
that's not good.
Yeah, no. People are selling cards and losing the card and not getting the money.
I'll say that's not good. Especially with
People
the-
are completing games and the server
we got,
drops
like,
them and they
interaction-
lose. Like,
transactions involved too.
Watch your
Yeah.
stubs.
yeah.
It's good life advice.
All right. Anyways, people can find us online and Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, whatever other podcast service you can think of that's not Spotify. By searching These Sticks Podcast, you can find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast. You can find us on Twitch when we're streaming every Tuesday at twitch.tv/These Sticks Podcast. We have a website, sticksgaming.com. That's all I got. I'm done.
Steak. Final words.
So I don't know if you guys know.
Fucking Christ.
There have been 2 Vita game announcements in the last 2 days.
You are full of shit, sir.
I am not.
Is one of them Dream Daddy?
And I was hoping these would. I knew these wouldn't be in your news. I knew it. I knew it.
Why am I going to talk about the... You know what the Vita is good for? Me remote controlling my PS4 when it doesn't actually involve playing anything.
So, King of Fighters 97, the global edition,
Finally.
is cross-buy with the PS4 and the Vita, available now.
Ooh.
Vita people, go grab it.
Stop watching
go
us right
grab it.
now and go get that game.
I'm glad you say this for now because everyone's going to leave.
King of Fighters is actually a fantastic fighting game. If you guys have never played King of Fighters, it's actually a lot of fun. It's by SNK. It's a blast. I am super pumped. I gotta see. I'm curious to see how much that's gonna be. Because playing that on the Vita would just be awesome. And then also, game they announced a while ago that they never canceled for the. It was always coming. It was always coming on one of those cross buys, but they never canceled the Vita version. I'm so glad that they confirmed it is still coming for Vita. Chasm. It's a Metroidvania type game, like Super Metroidvania.
Okay.
It looks awesome, and I've been watching that game for a while. Finally coming out in the summer.
Nice. Well, everyone go find your Vitas.
Go check it out.
Found mine.
I know where mine is.
It's great as a remote control.
I just played Final Fantasy X-2 on there, the whole thing.
Nice.
On my Vita.
Very
Whole
nice.
thing.
When I plugged the thing in and turned it on, I had to reset the fucking date in the clock.
That means it's been a while.
Yeah,
Been a bit.
a little bit.
Probably been about since we took that trip to the Dells.
Oh,
So about
That's
a year.
ago
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
You do it again. All right. See you next time, stickheads.